Welcome to Financial Talk with my daddy. It's your girl Toko, and I'm here with my dad, the family's financial guru. Daddy, are you ready to help Zambia plan for 2025? Or are you still stuck calculating how much you saved by not buying me the latest iPhone last December?
Toko, that is still on your mind. Anyway, you are knocking on my head so early. January is for school fees. Anyway, don't worry. I'll plan for it this coming December. So as I'm talking about planning for 2025, I'm also thinking about you. But now, let's help everyone crush those 2025 goals before their January resolutions turn into February excuses.
I'm with you on that. And so, before excuses take over, let's talk about setting and achieving financial goals for 2025. People, the year is fresh, so don't wait until June to figure this out. Right, Dad?
Absolutely. Most people say things like, I want to save money this year, or I invest this year. That's like saying, I want to travel to Lusaka, but you don't even know if you are taking a bus, a train, or just walking there. You need a plan. As Brian Tracy, a best-selling author, puts it, setting goals is like launching a guided missile. It doesn't hit the target immediately. It makes constant adjustments based on feedback. Your financial goals should work the same way: clear, precise, and adaptable.
Wow, that's deep. And here I thought goal setting was just about writing a to-do list.
Oh no, a goal is so much more than just a to-do list. The key difference is that a goal clearly defines your why, your purpose, and motivation. On the other hand, your to-do list outlines the daily how, the steps you will take to get there. One psychologist explains that when your goals and to-do lists work together in harmony, your life can feel like a flow experience, effortless and fulfilling. When you set a goal, you are essentially programming your mind to keep working toward it, even when you are not consciously focused on it. It's like how homing pigeons have an innate ability to find their way back home. You instinctively navigate your way toward achieving your goals.
So it's like your brain takes it to a GPS for goals. That's pretty cool. And I guess this is where SMART goals come into play. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Dad, let's circle back to that transport example you gave earlier. The one where there was either going by a bus, train, scooter, a bicycle, or even a wheelbarrow. Can you give us a specific example of a smart financial goal instead of us diving into some transport analogies to Lusaka again?
All right. Instead of saying, I want to save money this year, say, I want to save 12,000 kwacha by December 2025. That's 1,000 kwacha per month, right? Mm-hmm. It's clear, you can track it, and there's a deadline.
All right, but how do we handle this in a more realistic way? Saving in Zambia will take a lot of discipline. There's always a surprise wedding, kitchen party, or funeral contribution.
Great points. That's why you break the goal down further. 12,000 kwacha for the year. Think 3,000 kwacha per quarter or 250 kwacha per week. Then automate it. Set up a standing order to your savings account. Make saving as automatic as breathing.
I like that. Automation takes away the temptation to ignore your financial. And let's be honest, there are plenty of temptations that can sabotage your financial goals. That's why it's so important to identify unnecessary expenses and cut back on them. Do you really need to buy Nshima from the office canteen every day? Or you could just save money by packing food from home.
Exactly. Those little savings add up. And once you are saving, don't just leave the money sitting in an account where it earns less interest than your phone's data bundles. Let's talk investing.
Oh, now you're speaking my language. So, what's your advice for someone in Zambia who wants to invest in 2025?
Start small. You can start with unit trusts. You need little money to actually set aside for unit trusts. You can also think government securities, treasury bills, and government bonds. Those are great options. They are low risk and decent returns. You could also look into fixed deposits. if you've got a lump sum, at least a big amount of money. There's also real estate or shares on the stock market, depending on your risk appetite. Just don't go buying plots from unverified sellers. No one wants to end up with land in the middle of a dispute or in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, worse, a plot that's already been sold to 3 different people. Seriously, Zambians, do your homework. And don't forget to have an emergency fund in place before you dive into investing.
Yes, at least 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved up. An emergency fund is the foundation for any successful investment strategy. Without it, you risk dipping into your investments when life hits you on the blind side. Because let's face it, unexpected things happen. Your car breaks down or worse, Zesco decides to increase the load shed inside you and your generator needs more fuel.
Ah, Zesco, the silent killer of budgets. Anyway, back to goals. Let's talk about keeping track. A lot of people set financial goals in January, forget about them in March, and then panic in November.
That's why monthly or quarterly reviews are essential. Monthly or quarterly reviews are indeed your secret weapon. As Ken Blanchard puts it, feedback is the breakfast of champions. Set reminders on your phone or use a good old-fashioned notebook. Ask yourself, am I on track? Do I need to adjust?
And don't feel bad about adjusting. Life happens. Maybe you just had to buy more school uniforms and plan because your kids keep growing like weeds. It's okay to pivot. The goal is progress, not perfection.
Exactly. And don't forget to align your financial goals with your long-term vision and values. Are you saving to build a house, take care of your parents, or start that business you've been dreaming about?
When your goals reflect what truly matters to you, it's easier to stay motivated. Even when those surprise committees and weddings and kitchen parties come knocking.
Couldn't have said it better.
So, what's the key takeaway for 2025?
Write down one big financial goal. Make it smart, break it into actionable steps, and commit to monthly reviews.
And celebrate milestones.
Exactly.
For example, when you hit your quarterly savings goal, treat yourself to something small, like a nice meal or even a short getaway. Just don't go blowing the entire budget at the mall.
I'm sure even the inner Toko is taking down notes, isn't she?
Yes, of course, Daddy. But don't forget to include my iPhone on that plan of yours.
Much obliged, my princess.
I'm humbled. Thanks so much for those insights, Daddy. Let me get down to writing down my own plans for 2025. That's all for this episode of Financial Talk with my Daddy. If you have enjoyed this, subscribe, share, leave us a review, and let's make 2025 your best financial year yet.
See you next time.